I'm Michelle Gussow, and this is something straight out of my mind. So I guess we all had a favorite toy we played with when we were children. Many of the toys are actually still out there, maybe not exactly the same. They've been, like altered up and moderned up, or whatever you want to call them. But I had a favorite toy, and save for the fact that I do have photographic evidence, I can find no evidence of the existence of this toy. And I have searched online, I have put in every possible thing. It's because I am unsure of the name of it. I'm going to tell you some of the things I think we called them, and even on Google that won't help if nobody else has ever put this thing in there. So I'm going to show you a picture. It's not great. It's a picture from 1965, 6, and the little girl in the picture is me, and my dad and I are playing with this toy. And it's an old picture from my mom's Kodak Brownie. Pretty sure. I'm going to hold that up. I don't know. Oh, that's actually giving a pretty clear thing from what I can see. Take a look at it and we'll show it again. But what this toy was, and it had a little plastic stand about yay round. And I always describe it looked like a miniature Christmas tree stand, but it had 4 prongs on the stand rather than just one coming up the middle. And it came with all these plastic sticks that had bends and twists, and you can kind of see that in the picture. And my memory, just as far back as I can, is I thought we'd called them twizzle sticks. I played off of that looking on the internet to see if anything was even close. Maybe squiggle sticks, bendy sticks, twisty sticks, anything. Nothing. You just get a lot of pickup sticks pictures, and the closest thing was something called monkey sticks, but it wasn't this. And what you do, you would put these taller, anchor sticks in the little stand, and you just assemble them. And it was just like making a design or making a sculpture. I don't even know. But that's what we used to do. And I used to love this toy. It was fun to see how many different ways I could put it together. And some of the things I can tell you is that, like Christmas lights, how no matter how neatly you put away Christmas lights, the next year you open it up and they're tangled up mess. That's kind of like what these were. You would have them, put them in the box, laying as neatly as you could, open it up and they're all jumbled up. But it was a fun toy because, it was one of these things I could do alone, I could do with somebody, and, just have a good time. I liked being creative. And as I said, over the years, every time I'm going through photos and this thing comes up, I'm like, that toy. And I'll go online and start looking around and seeing if I see any reference. Well, one of my publicity people on Facebook is in a group for 60s and 70s toys and all this. Yeah, I said, you got to post about this for me. And I took a picture and we tried to zoom in on it and all this. And so I wrote a kind of brief description of what I said. There was a stand and these sticks that were bent and twisted and everything, and that you just kind of assembled them. And he posted it. Now, what I was actually really hoping is that somebody in the tens of thousands of people who are in this group would recognize it and say, oh yeah, I played with that, I remember it, and I didn't care if anybody remembered what it was called or anything. I just wanted some kind of acknowledgement that somebody else out there had this thing and they were enjoying it or whatever. But one after the other people started commenting, yeah, it was Kerplunk. It also had marbles. And Gary was like, no, it's not Kerplunk. And he even had posted that he had Kerplunk and he knew this wasn't Kerplunk. And actually, if you look at the picture, even as bad as the picture that I posted was, you could see it was not Kerplunk. It had, we were assembling these bended, twisted sticks. It wasn't this, like, clear stand with straight sticks going through supporting marbles, which is certainly how I would have described Kerplunk. But just everybody kept... So he actually did something. He edited his original post with it and said, update. We have determined this is not Kerplunk. And still actually a couple of people were in there going, it's Kerplunk. It's like, it's not Kerplunk. By the way, hence the name of this video. But nobody seemed to recognize, nobody else seemed to chime in with an, oh yeah, I played with that. So here's the appeal again. Take a good look. And if anybody out there watching this played with this toy, even if you don't know what it was called, just please share that with me. I am looking for, because right now I know that if, save for this photo, people would be looking at me like I was completely nuts. So, like I said, if you recognize this, I was going to say, if you have some kind of a toy you played with too that nobody else seems to know what it is or played with it, heard of it, whatever, share that too. And I will come at you next time there's something straight out of my mind.